Welcome to Sad Klocki Hour. I'm Pro Lego Channel, and this is the podcast for people who don't have enough Lego. Yes, this is the show that's like staying in bed on Monday morning. It feels really good, but it's not going to get much done. I hope that you feel that way about the show at the very least. Anyways, we got a good program today. We're going to be talking about BrickLink changes again, some changes to the terms of service. It mostly affects sellers, but it could affect all of us. We got some new BrickHeadz. There's a list of new BrickHeadz out since the last time we talked, and I love me some BrickHeadz and do not regret having collected all of them so far except for Mickey Mouse. Lego Movie is being rumored to be sold to the franchise to be sold to Universal, maybe? And of course the big thing that we've teased last week and several other places, but advent calendars, Lego advent calendars, are they getting worse? I did very little research to decide this, so we're gonna be talking about some of my favorites from the past and some of the newer ones that aren't so bad and some that are pretty bad. So let's get started with something fun. So this first one is gonna kind of sound weird, and it's BrickLink. We're talking about BrickLink, but it's going to sound conspiracy theory-esque. And I know you're like, what's Lego bought them? They're wholesome and good now, right? Yes, Lego bought them. There was a terms of service update that you were forced to accept. And I read through it, and I was reading the things, and I found a screenshot of it because the thing that prompted me to even go to the website to log in to update my agreement to the terms of service. Although I agree to them. I agree to the terms of service. That's what happened in the story. But I'm not happy about it, I guess is what I'd like to say. But the terms of service, if you Google it right now, it'll come up first thing. Cool. Terms of service. And there's no mention of these things that were in the terms of service that I agreed to. And I know that sounds crazy as hell. Oh, damn, did I close it out? 1 second. I may have closed out the wrong tab. Anyways, so yeah, there's a seller's BrickLink terms of service. Here it is. And the big updates were around selling things. Like these are the things, as I understand it, that were not there before. And honestly, I don't know how to find older terms of service for their website. I didn't find them easily. So maybe that's just a me thing. Maybe, maybe that's just the way they do it. I mean, there's no real reason to archive those. I'm sure it's somewhere. Anyways. The screenshot that I have has it listed as section 6.2 and then subpoint 2, 3, 4, and 5 being the big new things that are fun. And it's items pending official release may not be sold, replicas and counterfeit items may not be sold, modified parts may not be sold, and custom sets that include infringement on any great, I can do a podcast because I can talk. It's easy, right? Any intellectual properties, as long as they don't infringe on anyone's intellectual properties, including ones that Lego has because they're not yours, you can't sell those. So you can still sell custom sets, and I know that a lot of people are going to probably jump on me, but this is the thing I want to hear in the YouTube comments, in the email responses, whatever it is. I want to know what you're feeling about BrickLink, because BrickLink, it's a big cornerstone in the community, and that's why Lego bought it, because they know how important it is. And these changes, in my opinion, not the best. Anyways, I could not find these on the actual thing, the terms of service. If you Google terms of service BrickLink, it comes up, easy, nice. It's bricklink.com/v3/terms_of_service_sellers seller.page, and that's where you want to go. This is what I want. Yeah. Anyways, this is where we are. I think terms of service without the seller brings you to the regular one. I'm not an organized person. I don't know if you've ever noticed that about me. Yeah, the terms of service without the underscore seller was updated December 12th, 2019 is what I'm reading, but I couldn't find anything about these changes that were listed in that screenshot. And that's crazy to me how much harder it was to find. I had to type in counterfeit on Google, and it came up, and it's the seller's terms of service. And again, I'm ranting, whatever, sort of, kind of, but that's why you're here. You're here for this. So the 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, and 0.5, which are even in the version that I have here, there may be a link to this somewhere, but whatever. Items pending the official release. Items may not be listed prior to their official LEGO release date, either as custom lots or under related catalog entries. So that's saying that if you put up so we're going to play devil's advocate both ways, probably just a little bit, but if you put up a part from a new set that's in a new color, and you put it under that part's color. So let's say it is a skeleton. Let's say they release a red skeleton, and you can buy the regular skeletons, either with the loose or not. It would probably be with the clip arms, so it's fine. It's the more modern style skeleton, but it's red. And you'd be like, okay, I bought this set legally at my Walmart or whatever because it had it on the shelf. It's early, but I don't want this red skeleton. Let me list it up on BrickLink, and I know I can get a couple bucks for it, and it'll be cool because then I got the spaceship or whatever I wanted. Cool. No, you can't do that. That's related catalog entries as skeletons and then listing it as a red. No, can't do that. Cool, okay. But you used to be able to list it as a custom lot. New minifigure series comes out, and you're like, wow, that's a really cool Gravedigger minifigure, and I just want to list that working man up on BrickLink before the official release date. Now, you can't do that anymore. You got to wait for it to come out. Okay. Now, one of the things that I was angry about before was that sometimes BrickLink takes a long time to update, and I've heard some advocates of this thing saying, no, don't worry, Lego's going to deal with that. Lego is going to be updating it more regularly because it's now a Lego thing, so they'll be able to get the information and the whole thing, blah, blah, blah. Maybe they really will. But if you've got the CMF series coming out in January and the website doesn't get updated till mid-February, which has happened, you can't sell those figures while they're at their hottest. And I don't need that to happen, I guess. I don't know if anyone does. I'm sure. No, I know people make their living on BrickLink, so it's something that they may need. But if you're just a casual fan, even you go out, you buy 10 blind bags, you get 3 of them are duplicates. Okay, let me list them up and sell them right now while they're the hottest, and I'll go out and buy 3 more blind bags because you can probably get the same price for them. Sometimes that happens. Sell them at $5. You go to the store and you pay $4.50 in tax, and you're fine. You're golden. Or they're $5 in 2020. Whatever. You're at least not losing your money on these duplicate ones you don't want. But you got to wait now for the site to update. And I was upset about that. But reading the official thing, the wording here, it sounds like I could list them under a custom item after the official release date. So that's okay. It still does kind of suck. To have to wait for the official release date if you find them early. And again, you're not doing anything wrong as the consumer. And I feel like that's a thing that this kind of is making it out to be like, you've broken the street date, pay your fine. No, that's not what happened. You went to the store and bought a thing, and it happens, I'm sure, all the time that people buy things and don't know, They don't know that it's an early release, and they're just, this is a cool set, I'm going to buy it. I haven't seen it before, Anyways, let's move on to the next topic, because the next section, it's in the seller, terms of service - seller, it is 1.2.3. Replica and counterfeit items. All LEGO items must be original and genuine. Replica boxes, photocopies of instructions, or any other counterfeit listing are not permitted. In general, I'm going to say this is good. This is fine. I don't know if people are selling photocopies of instructions. I believe replica boxes is a thing. And I don't know how big that market is. Maybe you guys can let me know, but replica boxes, I know a lot of people really like getting the boxes. They like getting the correct box and having the whole box. I throw out my boxes. I don't care. But if you don't count a set as complete unless you have the box and instructions, having replica, it says photocopy instructions, but having replica box and replica instructions, I assume they would be, correctly correlated and stapled and whatever else, bound instructions for an appropriate set. But I don't see why it would matter much if you sold it, as long as you were listing it as, recreation. And I think that should be allowed. That's such a weird one because, like I said, I don't think there's that big of a market, but I guess they're just making sure that people know that's not okay. They have to be genuine Lego parts. The 1.2.1, it says Lego brand only. And so like the brick arms, I think it is, that's also available in the catalog on BrickLink. I don't know what's going on there. You can't sell those anymore. Whatevs. But the 1.2.3 is no replicas and counterfeits. And I, for the most part, agree with it. Like I said, you definitely don't need counterfeit items for physical things like physical bricks, for like the more abstract things like packaging, like capes. I know that a lot of people like to buy I almost call them custom capes, really. Not really replica or counterfeit. I guess they're replicas in the fact that they're the same shape but a different color that Lego never made, or a different fabric that Lego never used, or perhaps a different pattern. But so that one's kind of I am okay with, but like you're in a weird spot. The whole thing is this is a fan, run thing. Not run website, I guess. I guess it is. It's run by fans, right? Still? I don't know. It's owned by Lego. But the shops are fans, they're enthusiasts. If they want to list a replica box for someone so they can have the original box for their childhood Lego set, I don't see why that's hurting anyone. And I guess they just have to do it on eBay now. Oh well. This is a fun one. 1.2.4 is modified parts. It says all parts listed in your store must be genuine Lego parts in their original, unmodified condition. Custom printed, engraved, chromed, or painted parts are not permitted. Now, here's the fun one, is I know that Lego, the Lego store in Orlando, up until recently, they recently got a minifigure printing facility and they can print names on bricks, but they would do engraving. You could go to them and I think it was $5, $4.99, and they would put a little phrase or something. I've got bricks that say things. I've got one that says Pro LC and it's got a little smiley face, and I've got one that says #1 on YouTube. I've got engraved bricks and they've got a little bit of paint in them so that they pop and they're nice. And I know that was an official Lego service, but now no more of that. So you couldn't go to the Lego store. I don't know if all Lego stores do that. I don't think many do, if any, anymore. Maybe they don't do them at all and that's why they're okay with that. But you could have went to the Lego store. And I always thought it would be fun to get like your city's name, put like, parish, population 13, and you got your tiny little town, and you get 2 little green bricks with a black thing, and black text, and you put on this, make a little sign, make a little like town, welcome to town sign. And you're never going to get that on a sticker. You're never going to get that on a print. So having it in some official capacity as an engraved piece was really nice. But now if you decide you don't want it anymore, you have to move it to eBay, I guess. Because even though you got it from Lego, you're not allowed to sell it on the official Lego marketplace. Unofficial? Is it still unofficial? Actually, I'm going to check that real quick. BrickLink says... I don't see it anymore. I could have sworn it used to say at the top of BrickLink, it used to say the unofficial Lego marketplace or something. But whatever. So... That's a controversial one to me. Modified, it has to be in their original unmodified condition. So the original condition and unmodified, do teeth marks count? If you got a chewed up minifigure, you got a used Lego Spaceman from the 80s, and you're selling him in a used condition, you say he's got some playwear, that's not unmodified. That's unintentionally modified maybe, or whatnot, but like... That's a weird one to me. I don't think that they're going to punish anyone or tell you to take it down as a listing if you put that you have a, faded print on a minifigure, or, scuff marks or cuts or, something like that on a brick. it's so weird. That's a weird one to me. And again, chromed, engraved, painted parts. Chromed parts were a big thing. I know that there were some people doing that for a while, and I never ended up buying them. But like, that was a fun thing for fans to be able to get a chrome Lego cup or something. I don't know what you would want, but again, fan marketplace for Lego, run by fans a lot of the time. So, not in love with it. Custom sets, 1.2.5, or it's like I said, it's the 6.2.5 on the scrolling version that you got in. I got it as a login thing. When I logged into BrickLink for the first time after the update, it said, you have to scroll to the bottom of these before you can accept it. And it says custom sets. Custom sets or instructions may be listed provided they do not infringe on any intellectual property rights, including those of the Lego Group. I'm doing bad with punctuation. Sorry. Custom sets may not contain modified parts or non-Lego parts such as lighting kits or electric motors. Now, I don't know how many people were selling those. I've never bought those on the thing, but I feel like that's a logical, extension to a thing. Like, hey, this is my custom lit, downtown diner set. You can buy it from me, and here you go. But no, that's not a thing. Okay, so electrics, and I assume it's because they don't want unregulated electric parts, mechanical parts out in the Lego, Lego dispersing them. And I feel like there's definitely enough separation because, realistically, buying a used NXT or Boost set could have similar risks to buying someone's custom electronics. It's a thing. You've all bought things used, and it's not in the correct condition. So let's say that a wire gets crossed, and little Timmy's playing with this cheap, used Mindstorm that his parents bought him, and he zaps himself and, goes to the hospital. Whose fault is that? I don't think it's anybody's fault. They knew it was used. They knew that there was a risk that it might have some kind of damage to it. I think you're legally supposed to inspect things that you are receiving when you buy things and then make the decision if they're safe or not for you. Could be wrong on that. That's not even Lego related, but general life advice. But, so that's whatever. But the custom sets or instructions are still allowed, but they're not allowed to be in intellectual property. So no more Star Wars custom sets, no more Ghostbusters, no more any of that, which I guess that was a gray area on the website that nobody was addressing. And now it's because it's Lego, it has to be said. So I do want to argue it, but also I get it. I guess I get that one. So that's some of the big ones. Those are the things that I was told were changed. I do still have the screenshot, like I said, and I was able to find it on their website saying that this is the way that it is going forward. And I don't think it's going to affect me tomorrow, but maybe it does affect me, like I said. So I'm not sure how I feel about it. I think that it's important that we talk about it just so that everyone knows that it's happening. Because again, I don't remember the exact phrasing from the announcement that Lego had bought BrickLink, but they were like, we like how it's going. We don't really want to change anything. And kind of off the bat, these are some middle-sized changes. I don't want to say big changes. I don't want to say little changes, but they're impactful changes. So anyways, let's move on to that next topic, shall we? So let's talk about BrickHeadz. 2020 BrickHead info leaks. I don't know what you want to call this. There's a list running around the internet. It's got some numbers. They range from approximately 40377 to 40425, I think. And most of them are within that range. The high 300s to the low 400s. 40300 and 40400, whatever. That's not important. The important thing is that I've got a list of names. These are the supposedly set names. We've got Donald Duck, Goofy and Pluto, Valentine's Bear, FCFC_IP_BH, Bride, Groom, Haggard and Buckbeak the Hippogriff, Falcon and Black Widow, Hogwarts Students, Minions, Minions, Frankenstein, and Nutcracker. So we're going to start at the top of that list and we'll work our way down. I would, of course, love to hear your guys' opinion on them, so if you can leave a comment if you're watching this on YouTube, or if not, send me an email or something. The first one is Donald Duck, obviously going to be an important one. I don't have Mickey Mouse. I have Minnie Mouse. I have that one. And I very much regret not buying Mickey Mouse sooner. I had issues getting Lloyd from the Lego Ninjago movie. He sold it super quick. Everyone loved him. And I was like, I'm going to have to get Mickey Mouse. But I was waiting for a paycheck or something to hit. And I had $10 in my wallet. And I should have just dropped it on the thing when I saw it. But I was like, I don't need to rush and get him. No one's going to be this way about Mickey Mouse BrickHeadz. They have Mickey Mouse as a minifigure. And since then, we've got him a couple other times as a minifigure, but we've only gotten the one BrickHeadz, so poo. Donald Duck, though, good, real good, real good. Addition to that group, we're also getting Goofy and Pluto. It's going to be one of those 2-packs, I'm thinking. And honestly, I think it's going to be a double full size. I don't think it's going to be a 1 and a 1.5 like a Harry Potter or a Yoda. Harry and Hedwig. And Yoda came with Luke? Is that right? Whatever. I don't care. So I'm thinking it's going to be 2 full-size ones, so that'll be a $20 set. Then we have the Valentine's bear. That one looks good. Or sounds good, I guess. But it's going to be just a bear with a heart or something. Yeah. I also noticed that on this list, the 2020 ones are not listed. There's a sheep that we've gotten pictures of. And hey, I don't know what the sheep's for Valentine's Day? I don't know. Is it the year of the goat? No, it can't be the year of the goat yet. I don't know. But we're getting a lucky cat, a Chinese lucky cat, I believe, with a little lever action thing. But people are already reviewing that one, it's out online like crazy. But they're not on this list, so I thought I'd just include them right there. The next one's really interesting. It's FCFC_IP_BH. So the BH is BrickHeadz. IP is intellectual property. Probably. So what's FCFC? I've not heard anyone come up with anything really good for that. I would say it's Minions, but Minions are farther down the list. I don't even know. Like I will type in right now onto Google. I will click on my computer, open a new tab, and type in FCFC and FC's Faith Christian Family Channel, Four Corners Club. Here's an acronym finder. We got First City Financial Corporation. That is the most popular. So I don't think we're getting a bank BrickHeadz, but could be anything. Possibly Trolls. I could see it being Trolls. There's going to be Lego sets for them, and they're popular, and they're an IP, and they could have a BrickHeadz, It's also after Valentine's Day, so that's after February, and then Bride and Groom, that's usually, I think spring weddings are what they're probably going for. So it's in between there, so I'm thinking that's about right timing for Trolls, isn't it? Doesn't the Trolls 2 movie come out sometime? Anyways, Bride and Groom. Apparently they're pictures. I don't remember seeing the Bride and Groom pictures of these, but they've got interchangeable hairs, I guess, so that you can make them a little bit more like you. That's cool. Cool stuff. It's nice that they don't come in a Bride and Groom pack. 2 packs are bad, even Pluto and Goofy and every other one that I've mentioned, and the ones we're going to mention farther down. 2 packs are bad. But the Bride and Groom that lets you, if you needed 2 brides or 2 grooms for something, or 2 brides and a groom, or 3 grooms and a bride, or whatever you were trying to do, you could make a nice little thing. It's going to probably, be popular. The Bride and Groom sets from Lego are always popular. We got Hagrid and Buckbeak the Hippogriff. This one, I'm interested to see what they do with Hagrid. The only big character we've gotten, quote unquote, is Hulk, and he got big arms, and I don't think that's going to look appropriate on Hagrid, so I'm thinking Hagrid's going to be regular, but I would be really happy if he was big. And then Buckbeak he's a big animal, but he's probably just going to be a regular size thing. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say what Buckbeak could be, but I'm not super worried about that one. It's like a whatever set to me, but I'm going to get it. I'm going to get that set. Falcon and Black Widow. Black Widow, I have a lot of feelings on this one. Again, it's a double pack. We're not editing that. I'm going to keep that in. You're welcome. It's a double pack, and Falcon, cool, we haven't got him. Black Widow, we got one of the first 8 I don't remember the number, unfortunately. I want to say it was probably 7 or 6, number 6 or 7. But we got Black Widow, and I saw those on clearance everywhere. And I like that they're doing the character. I don't think they shouldn't be doing Black Widow, but to put Black Widow by herself again, they don't think it's going to sell this time. And I guess last time they just made too many, you know? Because I did see a lot of other BrickHeadz from the first couple waves selling. People weren't into collecting them yet. They hadn't really got that itch. I saw a lot of Batmans with the glow-in-the-dark eyes, and they all made it onto clearance because why wouldn't it be? Lego and Warner Brothers, it was for the Lego Batman movie, Batman. They were really into those ones. Making any kind of thing they could, and I feel so. Like, I definitely don't feel that it was only Black Widow that was the issue with this. But definitely Black Widow, I did see a lot of on clearance, so I'm thinking they're scared, so they paired up with Falcon. You don't have Falcon, you gotta get it. Or if you just want Black Widow, now you gotta buy Falcon. I don't know if either of those characters have enough to pull their own BrickHead anymore, honestly, and it's weird that they would get selected, and I feel like that's a thing they do. Like, no one's gonna buy Hagrid if they just want Buckbeak, if they aren't in a double pack, so I definitely... Yeah, I feel like that's Lego's like go-to move. Like, hey, just... we know that these characters can't do it on their own, but between the two of them, they're going to get 75% of the sales that they would get otherwise. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever it is. It's a stunt. It's really a stunt, and I'm buying them anyway, so I don't get to complain, I guess, whatever. But, like, if you just want a Black Widow because you didn't get it the first time, or you just want Goofy and you don't want Pluto, or maybe you just want Pluto because you got Mickey and Minnie and you just want their pet dog and not their neighbor dog, or maybe you just want their neighbor dog, not their pet dog. The next one is Hogwarts Students. So that one's going to be fun, I think. I am hoping that one's going to be a Go Brick Me style. I would love another Go Brick Me set. Customizable options, hopefully different. I'm guessing stickers, honestly. Like, don't hold me to this because I don't have any kind of inside information on this set, really. But I'm thinking stickers, but so you can have your Slytherin tie, your Gryffindor undershirt, or the other two, and so you can make yourself as a student or just make a fun little student that you like. I think that'll be fun. That's a really good idea, like a generic ones. Maybe I'm completely wrong on what it is. Then Minions, we got 2 Minions, 40420 and 40421. Blaze it. I'm thinking, since they say Minions, I think we're only getting 2 single Minions, but we could be getting double packs. There are 3 like main Minions, right? Bob and Kevin and something, whatever. I could see them doing those both as double packs, and again, kind of upset about that, but like, whatever, Minions, harmless. I could also see them doing these 2 Minion sets as not being necessarily just Minions, like one with Gru and a Minion and one with various other character and Minion. Yeah, could be fun. I'm hoping that I'm hoping the Minion sets are good. We haven't seen pictures yet, but I'm hoping those are good. Next up, we got Frankenstein, so that's going to be the Halloween choice. I'm pretty sure it's Frankenstein's monster. I don't think we're getting Frankenstein the doctor, but if we got a mad scientist Dr. BrickHead, I would be pretty happy with that, honestly. I don't think that most people would be upset. I guess it probably would not sell as well as the monster, though. I think the monster is much more iconic. And then Nutcracker. So that seems pretty standard for Halloween or for Christmas BrickHead. Like, what else would they do? I would have maybe liked to see like a giant gingerbread man, but that would have done better this year, not 2020. So we'll have to wait and see. And again, these are a rumor, so it could be anything. And heck, they could not be released. We've got the damn Toys R Us giraffe got its instructions leaked online for that set, and it never got released as far as I'm aware. And I'm, like I said, pretty big into these BrickHeadz, so yeah, that's grain of salt, whatever. But I think that it's important to cover because I like BrickHeadz, and I hope that you don't hate BrickHeadz, because that would make this kind of not a waste of time. I wouldn't say it's a waste of time. It's just like, skip this little chat we're having. but you're enjoying the soothing sound of my voice as we transition to the next topic, aren't you? Lucky you. So next up, we're going to be going over the there's a rumor. I don't have any like solid sources for it. There's a lot of news sites reporting it, but we all know how news media works, and that's why I'm going to talk to you about it. So you don't have to go onto some news website and click some, thing and like view the slideshow and all these ads popping up, and you have to sign in to continue reading the article. I'm going to save you from all that. So. The story is that Universal Studios is in talks to get the licensing for the Lego Movie. Don't know what that means because several different websites I've read have kind of different takes on it. The first website I got, like my phone notified me, Google on my phone was like, hey, you might be interested in this. And they were right, but it was a deadline. And basically, there's ads all over the place. I have to close one that popped up since I opened the page so that I can read the text. But they start out with a really fun line. It says, somebody wants Lego under the Christmas tree. And it's Universal. Universal wants Lego under the Christmas tree, apparently. But basically, they're saying... I've seen some things that the producers of the Lego Movie... here's one from comingsoon.net. Producer Dan Lin and his ride back banner. I don't know what that means. Is it someone's name? Rideback? Whatever. Which made the previous 4 theatrical films remain attached to the new Lego Movie under the Universal umbrella. But it's saying basically that the Lego movies have done poor. They're all of them. They're talking about how the first one made a lot of money. Batman made some money. Ninjago didn't do so hot. Lego Movie 2 didn't do so hot. Let me see if I can find you these numbers, maybe. Yes, here are the box office numbers. So, Lego Movie was a mammoth surprise, grossing $468.1 million. Okay, cool. That's a lot of money. Money at that scale has no meaning to me because these are arbitrary numbers, and maybe that's because money is a really hard concept and like these numbers are just meant to wow, but like whatever. I'm gonna put it into perspective here because Lego Batman only made 312 million versus 468.1 million. So I don't know why you're including points at these points. At this big of numbers, why are you including a decimal? But I mean, it's a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but like, whatever. And then the Lego Ninjago movie only did, it's saying 123.1, so 123.1 million worldwide. These are all been worldwide box offices, I believe. And then this year's the Lego Movie 2. That was still this year. Isn't that crazy? It came out so long ago, it feels like. But it says here, I'm onto a different one. No, I'm on the Coming Soon website still. And it says, was a money loser. It says the Lego Movie 2, the second part, was a big money loser for the studio, making only $191.3 million on a $100 million budget. So they almost doubled their budget, and yes, I don't know, because I've been told that budget does not include advertising and such, but also that, like, box office money doesn't include Lego sets, which, they're ads for Lego. There's no way around it, they're ads for Lego. They are advertisements for toys, and they definitely have to raise sales of Lego, and that's got to be what Lego cares about. I don't know. Obviously, Warner Brothers doesn't like it because Universal is going to just take it from them, because Warner Brothers money comes from box office, I guess. I don't know how it works, but if you almost double your budget, you're 9% away from doubling your budget, that seems like it wasn't a money loss, but whatever, comingsoon.net, you're a movie people, I'm a Lego people, I guess. But anyways, apparently it's saying it's saying before letting its rights lapse, Warner has been in development on 2 additional Lego movies. The Billion Brick Race, which we've heard, that one's Jason Segel, and the sequel to the Lego Bat movie. But I haven't. I mean, so I guess those are off the table now. Those are done. We're not making any more Lego movies with Warner Brothers. And then I've gotten to the HollywoodReporter.com, and it's like got the exact same wording. It says Dan Lin and his Ride Back Banner, who produced the Lego Movie feature films, are in talks to remain the producers in any new deal. The popular toy brand is in talks with Universal for an exclusive partnership that would see the studio produce a new batch of movies centered on the toy. But like, here's my kicker. This was written by, I don't know who. Boris Kit. The Hollywood Reporter, Boris Kit, wrote this, but there's no sources that I'm saying, and that's kind of the kicker for me that makes this feel like it's weird speculation, because it's Christmas season. Lego is trending. It came up on my phone, and I've now clicked into all these websites. And again, go ahead, whatever. I don't care if you go look for this information, but there's not good information out there on this topic, and that's why I'm going to save you from it. So yeah, no, it's Universal, I believe, they have Jurassic World, right? So that is already like a thing that they're in partnership with Lego. So like, I guess that makes it easier. Whereas like Warner Brothers had Batman. No, I guess they have Harry Potter too, right? I don't know, because DC is Batman. I have no idea why Warner Brothers partnered with them, honestly. But it doesn't really matter, I guess, if we get technical. But anyways, that's kind of all the information on that. I really stretched that out. Sorry about that. I'm glad that you're still listening this far in. But like, basically all these things just have like 2 or 3 paragraphs, all these websites, these news websites. Let me click on the screen rants here. I got one more. It says the new Lego movie may be on the way, but it won't come from Warner Brothers as their partner ended, and a new one is in the works with Universal. So I don't know who said that it ended. I guess Warner Brothers said it. The Lego movie immensely popular. It's saying, so this one's Screen Rant. They're saying that it's still popular, but I mean, I guess it's still popular. You're listening to a Lego podcast. You're not the people that I should be asking if it's popular, but yeah, I guess I could ask if you saw it, because if you're fans of Lego and didn't see it, that's a pretty good indication. I think basically everyone saw the first one because, wow, the novelty of a Lego movie. And then people were like, I like Batman, I'm going to go see Batman. And then Ninjago, I did enjoy that one, speaking of. I did enjoy that because it was a really cheesy kung fu movie. And it was very funny to me. I enjoyed it. Lots of kung fu movie jokes. And had Jackie Chan. You can't hate Jackie Chan, even if he is a communist. If he is a communist, I guess. Anyways, name 3 things that aren't Jackie Chan. That's a topical reference, am I right, my ancient fans of Lego? So, anyways, let's be done with that topic. For now, hopefully we can hopefully come back to that when we have more information on it, like a new movie being announced, and it would be fun if I just made up a synopsis of a Lego movie someday and just hey, it'd be fun. Here's the story I've completely made up, and then we can see how right I am when it actually comes out. So, yeah, that's that one. Let's move on to the next thing. We're going to interrupt the episode just for a minute to do a little bit of ad stuff. We got a sponsor this week. Second episode, and we already got one of those. So, yeah, but it's Pluff Creations on Etsy. pluffcreations.etsy.com. That's PLUPH creations.etsy.com. And you're thinking, what are they selling? What could possibly be a thing that I need in my life? And that thing is art. You could use some art in your life. Don't deny it. Starting at $15, there's open commissions. Maybe this is a really good time of year to be buying art gifts for Easter. Buy someone an Easter present right now. custom art, or maybe you want to go with some stickers. You like hot dog dogs? There's a pack of sticker sheet here. You get one of those with some various dogs on it. Perhaps you're more of an intellectual. There's a Rick and Morty section here. There's a little it's Rick or Morty as a keychain. You can prove you are the genius everyone thinks you are. Maybe you're really into some Star Wars and you want some. Would you like Kylo Ren looking longingly at Rey? You know, Rey from Star Wars on a zipper pouch. This is probably the only place on the internet to get that. I can't imagine anyone else investing their time into the exact thing that you needed right then, as I described it to you. So definitely check out this week's sponsor, Pluff Creations, PLUPHCREATIONS.etsy.com. And if you need it again, you can rewind that audio. Okay, so we're going back to Bricklink for this one. And not for more Bricklink news, but I'm going to be using Bricklink because I like it as a database for advent calendars. That's right, we're finally talking about it. And I hope that you guys enjoy it. I really hope you're going to enjoy this segment. It's going to be hopefully not too sad. Just kind of, I don't necessarily want you to be sad after this podcast. I want you to be, thinking of things and like just a little melancholy for the days of old, maybe. But not necessarily sad. So anyways, let me say that I'm going to be using Bricklink as a reference for this. Whatever information they have, I'm treating as canon. I don't know. I mean, so I'm looking here, and like 1992 and 93 have advent calendars listed on Bricklink. But there's not another one till 98. And the two there have no pieces listed in their inventory. So I'm not counting those two. So basically I'm saying that 1998 was the first advent calendar. It includes 24 sets inside. And I've gone ahead and opened it up. If you want to search along with me, you can go onto Bricklink, search up advent calendars. It's under... it's catalog sets, holiday and event, and then you have to click on advent, and then you can sort by year. And I went up so that it would start with the oldest ones and then move to the newest ones. And quick spoiler alert, there's going to be spoilers for advent calendars. And I know some people, you might be thinking, maybe I'll buy an old advent calendar someday, or maybe you haven't opened all of this year's 2019 advent calendar. And I don't know what we're going to be saying exactly because I didn't plan out that, but I did plan to talk about it. So just be aware. Maybe you're going to get spoiled. Anyways. So this is the first one. 1998 has 24 sets. I'm looking at it and it looks like a creator classic. There's a bunch of multicolored boats and planes, and there's some whales and some black and white builds, it looks like. I'm going to hit the inventory and it says item consists of 24 sets. One of them is the Santa minifigure, the classic Santa. Love that. It's just a red minifigure with a black hip. He's got the long wizard beard, and he's got the pirate rag as his hat. It's a beautiful figure. That's the exact perfect amount of detail to know what it is. And there is a little bit of detail that could be added, possibly like a torso print, leg prints, maybe a better hat. You give it a new molded hat, but the classic Santa from Lego, and that's it. It's beautiful. It's in here. Was that his? Oh boy. I'm gonna go down a quick little rabbit hole here. We're gonna look at this minifigure, and it's Santa, and he's been in this classic one with the red torso, the black hips, the red legs, pirate cap. Was in 5 sets and 4 gears, so there was 9 opportunities to get him between 1998 and 2012 is what it's saying. Cool. So, cool. He was in the 2012 and 2009 vintage minifigure reprints. That's cool. Anyways, he's a cool figure. He's a fine figure. You got some chance. I was going to say, was he only available in the set? But no, because I've got one. I don't know where it came from, but you could also make it out of parts because it's so easy. But it's looking like, day 1 was an airplane, day 2 was Santa, day 3 was a boat. And these aren't like minifigure scale boats. It's like 9 parts. It's like some upside down roof slopes, clear roof slope for the dash and like some plates to hold it together. These aren't high resolution models. The whale is amazing. If you're looking along, this is set 1298. 1298 should bring up the set number. That's the set number, so if you want to look it up. And day 9 was a whale. It is amazing. Oh, day 13 was Santa too. Okay. That's new. I guess you get 2 Santas. Okay, whatever. You get 2. There's also a red elf that looks like Santa, but it's made out of bricks. It's 9 parts. Most of these are around 9 to 10. There's an 11 here. There's a 12 here. Wow, okay. We got some big ones. Day 24 is 10 parts. Yeah. So anyways, you're getting some minifigures, you're getting some little builds. I don't have a price for this set because I'm not on BrickHeadz, which would have a retail price listed maybe, but I don't care about the price. You're buying the Advent calendar. That's the assumption here. And it feels real nostalgic. It feels good, feels classic, lots of little builds, lots of stupid things, like 2 Santas, but that's fine. So let's scroll down a couple of years. I'm looking at 1999. Let's click on that one, and 2000 and 2001. I'm just going to look these over real quick. So this one definitely is showing the doors. I don't know if 1998 had doors or not. I assume it did because it was an Advent calendar. But this one definitely has the little doors. It's got 24 sets again. And these ones look good too. They're a little bit more complex than the last year's. And they look like they come with little bags, maybe? That's cool. Instead of just being like a clear bag, they've got like a decorated bag. And the big one I'm noticing here is that each one has like 3 little builds that it's showing you could make. Like day 2 has a snowman. This is set 1076 if you want to follow along at home. So there you go. And like, so day 2 is a snowman, and it also could be rebuilt into a penguin or a duck, and it looks kind of like a nutcracker or something. So that's cool. You got some options. I'm looking through. There is a minifigure. Yes, there is. Day 10 is Santa. So that's cool. And we're going down. Do I see any more minifigures? No more minifigures. But still, that's cool. You get the Santa. You got to get a Santa for Christmas. Or some Santa stand-in. So when we get to the Star Wars, we'll see what they do for that. 2000. I'm not seeing any minifigures in this one. This one's got some little builds again. It's got 24 sets. Let's take a quick peek. It looks darn similar to the last one. Day 2 is a snowman with the same builds. Ooh, that's not great. It's set 2250 if you're following along at home. I'm going to try and remember that next time earlier. But day 10 is now a plane. It was Santa last year. Huh. Interesting. Ooh, I like this. There's a bull on day 17. That's a great looking bull. It's just a very classic, it's that classic double eye printed on the different sides of a 2x2 brick. And it's a red one, so he's got red face, but then the rest of him is black except for his horns, which is I would call them helicopter skis. It's a 1x2 plate with 2 bars coming off the short ends, and like you use them for like making wheelbarrows or whatever you're building. You could make a gurney or something. Anyways, I'm not going to try and get too into the details, like describing them for you. I could go real hard. Day 24, though, is a Santa build. You got a little printed Santa brick, face brick, and you got some Santa builds. So that's good. 2000 looks like we got looks the same. Did I already look at 2000? I don't know. 2001. This is set number 4124. And these builds are getting pretty good. It looks like we got some junior figures in this one. The Max Stone sized figures. They're bigger than the minifigures. They've got I think they've got 6 studs. They sit on top of 6 studs when they sit down. And I believe they're the same articulation as a minifigure, but you can't take them apart. Anyways, those ones. There's a dinosaur in here looking really good with a printed face. You got some cars. This one's a good mix of things because the last ones, the first year you had a lot of vehicles and they weren't in minifigure scale. This one, and then the 1998, and then 2000 and 1999, you had a lot of animals and sculpture things, I would say, but no vehicles, no action things. This has got some boats. It's got an airplane, it looks like, maybe a space shuttle. Is that what I'm looking at? A helicopter, and you got a little fireplace, and you got like some animals. Like I said, you got a dinosaur, you got a snowman, you got a little Santa build. Looking good. We're getting into, this is probably the golden age, the early 2000s, I'm thinking. 2001, 2002, set number 4524. And this one has 24 sets inside. I think they're all going to be listed that way on Bricklink. That's fine. And again, we're looking at some, it's the same set. 2002 and 2001 are the same set. Okay. Not loving that, Lego. 2003, can you redeem it? Yes. So it is an actual creator set. It's got the creator logo, or not logo, but it says creator on it. And it says 4024. And this is 2003. You got 24 sets inside. It says 4 booklets. Huh? Wonder how that works. And these have got the ratchet joints looking out, like looking good little things. They do show some alternate builds. Like day 5 is a little boy, and they're also showing it built into a tree. I don't know what the heck it's supposed to be. It's another shape. But these are mostly, I'm looking at them, and they're mostly sculptural things again. I'm not seeing... Oh, no, there are some vehicles here. This one is a truck, and it's got some Lego printed tiles, and the alternate build for it is an airplane. Very cool. I want to say maybe I had this one, or a very similar one, because I almost remember this truck build. It's day 16. But you're going through, you got a little fireplace. They could also be rebuilt into a deer. Very cool. You got a race car. And day 24 is a tree. Cool. There's a Santa build in there. That checks the boxes. It's checking good. So I'm going to go ahead and skip a couple years. Oh, no, I'm not. Because 2004 is the first year with 2. It's got a boy and a girl version. And it's Clickets or Creator. So we're not going to look at the Creator one too hard. I'm going to peek in real quick at these inventory. There's 24 sets, of course. And there's some vehicles. There's a little elf ornament. A little present. Okay, cool. And you got some alternate builds still because it's Creator. Cool, cool. Let's see this Clickets, though. So if you don't remember Clickets, I guess that was 2004 that they came out. But they were a girl-themed jewelry line. And the first one is a paperclip / hair clip, because those are very interchangeable. I'm going to, it's 3 parts. It's an icon, which is like this weird, almost Technic connection on the back, and then the front is a molded piece of plastic. So it's a heart on the front with a weird knob on the back. And then there's this paperclip hair clip piece and a accent, which is a softer plastic, I believe, but it just fits around the weird nub on the back of the other heart in the set. It's a heart, and then attaches to the hair clip. So Clickets was so crazy bad for not following the system at all, and also not being a very building line. It was jewelry making, which is so weird. This is 7575. If you're not just listening to this, like if you've got the time, look up Clickets. Like, do it some other time when you're at home on your own time. I don't know when you're going to do it, but whatever. But of course, if you're just sitting and following along by like searching these up, look at these sets. It's a gift tag with icon for day 7. There's a bracelet. It's a bangle, so it's literally 2 pieces. It's a bangle and an icon, and that means that the icon's got the weird stud on the back, and the bangle can accept it. I guess they were clicking in Clickets, and they were locking a little bit harder than a Lego, brick would lock with one stud. I don't have any. I think McDonald's did Clickets for a second. I want to say that maybe my household ended up with some Clickets at some point. But like these are just some bad. This is a picture frame. It's a big one though. It's 8 parts. These are just, so yeah, anyways, we're going to skip a couple years now. We're going to jump into the future just a little bit. To note that it is City in Clickets. We've lost the Creator is the advent calendar in 2005. City, it looks like a lot of minifigures and little builds for the minifigures. That's cool. Getting minifigures is cool. 2006, we don't have a girls one. We do have a City. Then we're back to girls again with Belleville in 2007 and a City advent calendar. Still looking like a lot of minifigures from the City one. Some little builds. The City advent for, what year is this? 2008. Looking less minifigure intensive. I'm not peeking in though. Let's go to 2009. Here we go. This is a cool year because we have City and Pirates. So there was no girl option this year. Oh, we also had a castle one, I guess, in 2008. I kind of want that castle one, but we're going to skip it because we're just going to look at this pirate one. Pirates one looks like it's got some minifigures with it. It's got 24 sets, of course, and we'll look at the City one to go along. Yeah, so Pirates, we got a little lamp build and a table. We got a little cannon. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got a monkey. I'm counting that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for a skeleton. 9 of the 24 days are minifigures, and I think that's pretty good. I'm not seeing a Santa build with this, so you're not checking that box, Lego, not this year. But you do get like a lot of good stuff for Pirates. The City, we got 1 minifigure, 2 minifigure, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You do get Santa on day 25, and he comes a little chimney. So you get a good amount of minifigures, a lot of little builds to go along with them. These are looking pretty good, pretty classic. Let me see if I can find. I just want to point out like a 1 week build. Fountain. The fountain's okay. This is set 7687. The 2009 version. None of the builds are that weak, honestly. Like, the weakest day might be a lamppost with some holly on it or garland on it. These are all pretty substantial builds, you know? Let's skip ahead to 2011. Is that the first? Yeah, Star Wars Advent Calendar is 2011. There's an San Diego Comic-Con exclusive one, and it's numbered, but I don't know if it's going to be different. I don't care to look at it. Let's not, because I don't even want to get started about San Diego Comic-Con or event-exclusive things today, but I promise you we will talk about those at some point because BrickHeadz are a thing, and there are numbered BrickHeadz that were released limitedly at events that I do not have. I have all the commercial release ones except for Mickey Mouse. I know we talked a lot about BrickHeadz today already, but I'm still very salty about that. Very sad boy about not having Mickey Mouse BrickHead. This is the podcast for people without enough Lego, and that's one Lego I'd like. So I'm looking here at the Star Wars Advent Calendar. This is 7958, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're counting droids. 8. We got Santa Yoda this year. Wow, that's really cool. You got 8, so 1 less than the other 2, right? They both had 9. The 2009 we looked at. Okay. We got some little micro build ships. We got a little Christmas tree. Not much for the figures to interact with. Some of the other calendars have had little benches and like a remote control car for the boys it was in several of them, but radio control cars. But yeah, not much for them to interact with. You're getting a bunch of little ships. Oh, I didn't count the mouse droid. I guess if you're counting a mouse droid as a figure, but I'm not, because that's hard. We'll count the battle droid in R2 unit. So yeah, but don't worry, because we still have City. And City, so City's Advent Calendar year 11, 2011, was a really neat concept because it came with scattered throughout the days were parts to build a small jail or a police station. So the amount of things you get is 24, but when you're done building it, you put several days into the police station. You got like a little roof on it. It's got some walls. It looks pretty good. I'm going to count the minifigures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minifigures and a dog, and one of the minifigures is Santa. So you are getting a little bit more. I do like that gimmick of daily openings, and I believe they kind of split it up between like every other day or every couple days, before you got parts. But this was the year you built a whole thing. That's great. You get like an actual set out of it. It's not a bunch of little. I don't know. I feel like. So hear me out. If you guys have been around, and I was in Michigan when I found them, and I've never done the review on them because I'm super lazy, but I got 25-cent machines. They weren't 25. I think they were 75 cents. Little gumball machine, plastic orb, Lego knockoffs. They were knockoffs. But I feel like a lot of the advent calendar sets definitely feel small. Like you could get them in a gumball machine, little prize Chuck E. Cheese. They're not substantial builds. They're sub polybag builds, honestly. And that's fine, because you're getting 24 of them, and they're just little gifts to get you excited for Christmas. That's fine. But this, having a little thing, a little police station when you're done, feels good. That feels real good to me. Hits me in the right spots. 2012, we got Friends, City, and Star Wars. So we have a girls theme again. Looking like we get 2 Friends mini dolls. We do get a puppy, and it's a lot of little builds for them to interact with. Sleds, a fireplace. This one's a dog bed. Got a little table. You got some chairs, a couple days. 2012 Friends 3316. That's a good looking calendar. A lot of little things. Not great again because you're not getting. They're sub polybag builds. I cannot stress that enough with everything. And I don't think that's necessarily bad, but I do want to put that into perspective because I know some people make the argument, oh, Lego Star Wars, you're getting little ships and stuff. Those could be sets by themselves. No, they couldn't. They will never be by themselves sets. Maybe you get a little pack of ships or something from Lego someday. But they're very subset sized. City that year, 2012. Looking pretty good. There's a lot more figures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 figures and a dog, I think. And again, you get a lot of stuff. This year, you got a lot of fire department stuff. We got a couple different racks of tools. We got 3 walls of a fire station, but not a build of a fire station. So, yeah. And that's Star Wars. Let's kick it off. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, we got 9, but there are some droids in there. Minifigures. And again, I could be wrong on these numbers. I'm just counting it as I'm talking to you. But they're all micro build ships, and that's fine, I guess. You do get Santa Boba Fett in the 2013 version. That's 7. No, I'm in 2013. That's what you did in 2012. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think 8 figures. There's a Gonk droid, so 9, I guess, if you're counting a Gonk droid. And that's Santa Darth Maul. That's 9509. For 2012. Anyways, Santa, you got to get a Santa. So 2013 did that. You didn't get a Friend Santa, and you get Boba Fett Santa for 2013 Star Wars. Let's skip up a couple more. We're going to City 2015. Friends, no Santa still. I don't think we've ever got a Friend Santa. Whatever. City, we're still getting some minifigures. It's cool. A lot of little builds. Star Wars, we got Santa C-3PO 2015. Let's look at this year's. I don't know what to tell you. This is the first year with 4. So because we got the Harry Potter. We don't have a Santa in Harry Potter. As far as I know, Santa doesn't exist in the Harry Potter universe, so that's fine. I will say that I know a lot of people were upset this year. Again, spoilers for 2019 Advent calendars if you haven't opened them. A lot of people were upset that 4 days were the same build with different colors. You're getting 4 different flag stands. But it's nice to get the colors for the 2 houses that nobody even cares about, So, I think that was a nice inclusion. There's some printed parts, which are nice. I do like the Harry and Ron sweaters in this one. And let's count the minifigures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. There's a statue. We're losing minifigures is what I'm getting at here. And am I going to completely disprove my point by saying that these sets are worse? By saying that they're better? And my point was that they were worse? I don't know. This is for you to decide. It's just me talking at you about Lego. Stuff that gets me sad. Kinda. I wish there was a creator one. That's what I'm getting at. And the whole end is that the creator ones had a lot of heart. You had a lot of crazy different things. Hogwarts statue with the Golden Man. It's cool. Some figures. You got 3 teachers and 3 students. You're getting a couple tables. It's cool. I actually do like it, though. That's probably my favorite from this year. I haven't looked at the other ones yet, so let's keep looking and see how we do. Star Wars. We're getting Santa Porg. Of course, Santa Porg. That's what I wanted. Wow. I don't know. I'm not looking at the pieces. 24 sets in this one, though, of course. But I'm not going to check and see if porg is the same pieces as a regular porg, but with the bricks that aren't printed being red. So, yeah, that's my choice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the Santa Porg and a Gonk Droid. I don't think Gonk Droids count because they're like all common pieces. Like, whereas like at least like a Battle Droid, although his Battle Droid arms used for so many things, they're still special. They're Battle Droid arms, you know. And I barely count Santa Porg. I wouldn't count him as a minifigure because he's made of pieces. I don't know. I guess everything's made of pieces. Whatever. A lot of little builds, micro ships, not looking like much to interact with. Oh, there is a gun. There's a little gun turret and a little piece of rock. And I think Chewie here comes with looks like he comes with a little campfire. So, nah, not good. That's not getting it. Santa Porg doesn't count as a Santa. I don't care what you say. Let's look at the city. City comes with a Santa right in the middle of the picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Minifigures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, minifigures. There is a snowman build and a husky dog. Husky dogs are great because they're marbled pieces with printing on them. Cool as heck. Lots of little things. We got some... Oh, damn! We got curling stones. That's amazing. This is my first time looking through it. We got a little grandfather clock. We got a little chimney, a little fireplace, a little table with some milk and cookies. This is looking pretty solid. City 2019. If I see this on clearance, I might pick it up. I might pick up the Harry Potter one if I see it on clearance somewhere. And Friends, we got one. Oh no, we've got one mini doll in the Friends one. The 2019 Friends. There are a lot of little... They're all ornaments. Yeah? Are they? No, I can't tell. A lot of them look like they could be ornaments. We do have 2 robot builds, but we've got a Mia mini doll, and she's not the robot handler of the group. Olivia is. Check your lore, Lego. What are you doing? Jeez. They're cute little builds, and they're kind of... I guess they're close to on level with the abstract random stuff of Creator. They are slightly more specialized parts I'm seeing, like clips and less slopes and printed things, but that's okay. But it's weak as hell. One minifigure or mini doll is not a good look for an advent calendar. Hopefully you're getting that on the 25th so that you had that to look forward to, or 24th, sorry. Most people don't get advent calendar opening days on Christmas, but that's fine. That's not a here or there. I'm saying the weakest one this year was Friends. City and Harry Potter are tied, with Harry Potter maybe getting the edge, although I do know that it's more expensive, although we did dismiss prices as a, rubric earlier. I'm going to say they're pretty tied for quality. And number 3, because 1 and 2 are both taken up by City and Harry Potter, but Star Wars does not look that great. I don't know if there's any exclusive minifigures to any of these because whatever. I think the Harry Potter one got exclusive minifigures, but the Star Wars didn't. Someone correct me on that. Yeah, so I kind of disproved my thing. My original theory was like, hey, Advent calendars used to be great. They were kind of whatever. The Creator ones are sub-poly bag. The classic ones are sub-poly bag. The amount of minifigures has decreased a little bit, but not that much. I honestly thought that there were a lot more minifigures in some of the older ones, and maybe I skipped over the one that was 24 days of minifigures. But that's where I'm leaving it. Yeah, pretty happy with the amount of time we've talked about Advent calendars, and if I haven't scared you off, thanks for listening to this part. Yeah, you're cool people. So, we had a lot of fun this week. I think I'm going to call it This Is the End. I know you're super disappointed. You've been listening for so long now that you just assumed that I was always going to be here, but I guess you'll have to wait for another 2 to 3 weeks for me to release episode 3. If you have questions or comments, you can comment if you're watching on YouTube. You can also thumbs up on YouTube. If you're listening to this on some other podcast app, I am working on those currently, getting it listed on those, so go ahead and rate it and stuff if you enjoy it. You can also email me at prolegochannel@gmail. Put something good in the subject line, or I won't notice it. But if you've got a question, you can put it as Sad Klocki Hour question, or similar things. You can reach out to me on Instagram if you've got something more pressing. And of course, if you want to advertise with me, contact me again, prolegochannel@gmail. Put in something good in the subject line, and I'll pay attention. We're, like I said, I'm nailing down the format. I had a lot of fun this week. A little bit rambly, I guess. I mean, it's kind of what this is. It's just a show, me sitting alone in a room. Sometimes there's a dog with me. Sometimes he leaves. Sometimes it's raining. Sometimes it's not. That's just how it goes. So I wanna thank you for making it this far. And I guess I'll talk to you the next episode of this, assuming there is one. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.